Oh, I feel like that guy with the newspaper article that says the war is over, but it's COVID. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, COVID is over. Except if you play in the NBA and you sit on the bench. If you play in the games, COVID's over. You don't have to wear a mask. But if you sit on the bench, unfortunately, you still got to wear a mask. So COVID's not over for you. Sorry, you should have tried harder in high school. Wow, John, is that a good way to start the show? No, it's not. Listen, a couple people that need to be thanked that helped. Goodness. That helped navigate this country through this pandemic. Obviously, the first responders, doctors and nurses, the healthcare staff, unbelievable job. No jokes to be said there. Second, the business owners that kept their businesses and restaurants open so we could all have Uber Eats and order takeout. Because, it's 2021 in America, and none of us know how to cook. So if it wasn't for those people making us food, we'd probably all be dead. Third, and this is the message of this show, the graphic designers. Thank you so much on behalf of everyone in America for telling us how far apart 6 feet is. Just the signs all over this country that literally told me how far apart 6 feet was. Like I didn't learn that in elementary school. We all know how far 6 feet is. Stop patronizing us, John. Take a deep breath, please. Can you just get into this episode with a little more understanding? I'm trying. I'm literally trying. Literally, these things are everywhere, all over this country. This is how far 6 feet. Oh, okay. No, thank you. No, because I didn't go to elementary school. I know. Anyway, we literally learned how far 6 feet was before we learned how to write our names. I Googled, when do you learn, what did I Google? When do you learn to how far measurements are? And it said in first grade. We all learned how far 6 feet apart was in first grade. We don't need a sign covering every business, restaurant, and sidewalk in America. We get it. I also looked up how far apart is 6 feet, and one of the selected people also asked this question was, is a human foot 12 inches? So in their defense, I guess we are pretty not intelligent. I was going to say stupid in this country, but I feel like I might be canceled for that. Not intelligent in this country. But from the very beginning of the pandemic, you saw articles like this. Oh, okay. Thanks, guys. What would we do without you? To be fair, that was CNN about 16 months ago. And this was CNN yesterday. So clearly, we've come a long way. We've evolved as a species. Come on, what are we doing? Listen, that's not the point of the show. Listen, we're going to read these CNN articles that tell us how far apart 6 feet is. And then, you know what we're going to do? We're going to study shapes for toddlers. That's literally along the lines of the intelligence level of this article. Listen, let's get into it, okay? First of all, there's these signs that are all over every airport in America. How far is it? No, it's very patronizing. I feel like it's very, what am I, the line leader in the kindergarten? We're headed out to recess. I know how far 6 feet is. But not only those photos, I've seen so many of these, and I looked it up for the sake of this video, so many of these graphically designed, I don't know what you call them, icons or photos that tell us how far 6 feet is. This is very helpful. No, thank you. Like, the signs telling us how far 6 feet apart are about as helpful as this sign. Listen, I hate to be the guy to say it, but if you need that sign, maybe it's time to weed some people out. That's all I'm saying. Let's go. All right, let's just get into a couple of these. This one was at the very beginning, and you could argue that this might be helpful. 6 feet. How far is 6 feet? 2 shopping carts. It's one shopping cart plus another one. Oh, okay, thanks. If you every Kroger and whatever I don't know what's a Publix. Thanks. Some could argue that this might be helpful. What did you just take a break from designing the Mona Lisa to put this together, graphic designer? Thanks. That's unnecessary. This one, listen. I also saw this one in the Nashville airport. One narcissist with a guitar case apart. They didn't say that. I just made that up. That one was made by me, okay? These other ones are real. That one was made by me as a joke. If I was in charge of telling people how far 6 feet apart was, I would say it's basically my height plus 2 inches, because everyone knows, except for Google, that I am 6 feet 2 inches. Here's some ones that are not helpful. Colorado Department of Health, a fridge laying on its side. Okay, hold on. Let me just unplug mine and lay it down. Oh, this far? Thanks. Of course, if you live in Colorado, I don't know what's in your fridge besides like kale salad and granola. John, don't roast the people of Colorado. You love them. They're just a little annoying sometimes with their pretentiousness. Okay. Listen, I saw this one. This was Southwest Electric. 6 feet is about a car distance apart. Actually saw this one from Green Bay Electric. 6 feet is a car distance with Aaron Rodgers in it leaving town apart. Come on. That's a good joke. That's a pretty... It's funny because he's leaving. He might not be. I don't know. But hopefully he leaves for the sake of that joke. Actually, for the sake of people at Green Bay and Charlie Barons, I hope he stays. I like Aaron Rodgers. Here's one I saw from Michigan. How far away... I can't do a Michigan accent. How far away is 6 feet? Well, 3 walleye. I guess a walleye is 2 feet. 1 kayak. And 1.5 set of golf clubs. 1.5? Okay, wait. So these people know fractions? So you're assuming the people don't learn fractions till like 3rd grade, but you learn distance in 1st. Something's out of order here, Michigan. I don't understand. Los Angeles. Oh, shoot. Los Angeles actually made some graphics themselves. It was 1/10 of a homeless person separating because there's a lot of homelessness in Los Angeles. Nothing being made fun of a homelessness, but they're literally taking over everywhere, and people can literally camp in other people's front yards and they can't call the cops, which is... Well, that's not the point of this episode. Why'd you make that joke? Here's an easier joke. LA, one politician who has set mandates about social distancing but not followed them themselves. That's a better one. He's probably about 6 feet in length. What's his name? Mayor, I forgot what his name was. Anyway, you'll see it in the article, whatever. I should have done better research for this joke, but I knew what I was... Anyway, Milwaukee. This one's real. The first ones are always real, and then the second one's made up. Milwaukee, they had one. It was 12 brats apart. Crazy. Actually, Chicago had one. It's 9 handguns. Come on. That's not funny. Disclaimer. It's kind of funny. Okay, that was unnecessary. Listen, the NBA, they have their own social distancing. They're obviously letting people back in arenas now. They said their social distancing policy. These are on all over Los Angeles in the Staples Center, is 1 LeBron James flop distance apart, because he's about 6'8", when he flops. He's about 6 foot. Okay, that's it. Or the WNBA, even better, is just 4 bleacher seats apart, empty bleachers. That was just better for them because they were like, full bleachers, that didn't really make sense. So put them empty. It's easier to just. Okay, John, why do you do this? Why is this necessary? It's funny. It's funny. Let's see. Just to be all inclusive. The Democrats actually had, how far is 6 feet away? It was 1 healthy, able-bodied person on unemployment laying on a couch. I didn't deliver that joke right. I felt like I didn't do it right. But to be fair, to get the other side, conservatives also had one. It was 1 guy, shoot. It's 1 take. I can't start. I don't think I gave away the jokes. I'm just not gonna put it up there, but I'm gonna deliver it again. Let's go. The conservatives also The conservatives also had their own how far is 6 feet. It was 1 Capitol podium apart. Come on. I feel like I rescued that joke just in time, and I feel like I delivered it. If you laughed at that, comment below. You don't have to comment below. I really don't care. I'm probably going to read it. I thought it was funny. And this show, for the most part, is for me, because this is my own therapy, and I think that's funny. Listen, I sent all these images to my graphic designer to make them as jokes, and she sent me one back, and she goes, "Hey, John, how about this? 6 feet is about the length of your Instagram story. When we watch it above, that's how many notches." And I go, well, I feel like that's offensive. I didn't write that joke, so I'm inclined not to use it on the show, but I bet if I put this joke in there, everybody's going to be like, oh, she's so funny, which I'm not going to laugh at that joke, and I'm not going to find it funny at all. But listen, all that to be said, thank you so much for everyone in this country that has done their part. I'm not going to make any political statement here. I'm going to try to just thank you. Thank you to everybody in this country that either a doctor, a nurse, or a healthcare professional that has helped. One time my sister had to go to get a COVID test, and I babysat my nephew. So, I mean, we're all kind of doing our part here. You know what I'm saying? I would have rather been, making an Instagram story somewhere. But, COVID, we all got to make sacrifices. Listen, if you these last three are true. If you're going to the dog park, I found this one online, very friendly. 2 dogs apart. 6 feet is about 2 dogs apart. That helps. Thank you. If you're going skiing in Colorado, again, this one is real. About the length of the skis apart. And my favorite joke of all time, if you're going to CVS, about the length of a receipt apart. Let's go. John Crist, one take. We'll see you next week. Peace.